Welcome 8th graders to Wednesday's screencast lesson. And like the others, this is a screencast in spreadsheet creation. And what you're looking at on my screen right now is the spreadsheet that you're going to create from scratch. And although it may look like a lot of typing and a lot of numbers, the spreadsheet is very interesting. And once you start entering numbers and stuff, I think you'll find out that you'll enter things pretty quickly. But I would encourage you to take your time and enter these things accurately so you don't have mistakes later on, okay? For your convenience, if the screencast is too little, I have taken a screenshot of this and I posted it on my lesson plan page. I'll take you to that link now. And so this is my lesson plan page, and if you look on, sorry about that, if you look on Wednesday, we've got the typing web for your 8 minutes, and then the NFL Stats Screencast Part 1 that you clicked in order to see the screencast, but at the time it wasn't done. And this is a screenshot of the spreadsheet you're going to create. So I didn't know, gang, which would be easier. I think maybe this might be the better way to go. You could arrange your window like I have it here. And then there's no copy-paste part. There's you keying in some data. So take a few minutes and type that in. And again, when you're finished, then come on back to the screencast and can continue. And if you ever didn't finish the screencast or part of your lesson, that's where you pick up the next day. We're all going to work at different speeds. But the object of the game is to get the data in first, and then I'll teach you how to get items in columns G and H and J. And that'll be it for Wednesday. Okay, Thursday won't be as long, so if you don't finish on Wednesday, don't panic. You know that you're going to have some time on Thursday. So hang in there, keep doing a good job. Okay, if you're back watching the screencast, that means that you have completed the raw data entry and you are now ready to enter some formulas. I guess I should have talked about the spreadsheet a little bit. I picked the top 15 quarterbacks in the NFL. This is regular season only. That's what these columns represent. The name of the quarterback, the team they play for. The position is quarterback. Hopefully you did a fill, typed in QB and filled it for the rest of them, because you can fill an item that is the same. And then how many completions? That's how many passes they actually completed to a receiver running back. Attempts, that's how many throws they made. And this is, again, a 16-game season, no postseason. So our job is to calculate their percentage, their attempts per game. The total yards, that's the total number of yards they threw for in a 16-game season. So we're going to use that number plus our knowledge of how many NFL games they play in a year to calculate the yards per game. When we're done with those three columns, really we're done for the day. Okay, so to get the percentage, it's pretty straightforward. We're going to key in a formula. Basically, you have to divide their completions by the number of attempts. It's a straight up basic math calculation. So like we always do, we precede a formula with an equal sign, and you can either type the cell reference or you can click on it like I'm going to do. I'm going to click the completion cell and then the divided by symbol, which is above the 9 in your numeric keypad off to the right on your keyboard. And then we divide that by the attempts. And we know that we're going to get a number that's less than 1. So what we'd like to do is probably format that to show, let's make it show a percentage, because this really is a figure that tells us how accurate the quarterback is. So he completes 68% of the throws he makes. So for Peyton Manning, that is. So before I fill that, we've got a little percentage shortcut formatting little button right here. So if I click that, that looks great. It's right down to the 2 decimals, so super. Now all we're going to do is take and use our good old-fashioned technique and fill that for the rest of these. I could have also done attempts per game and then filled them both at the same time, but I guess I didn't think of that in time, did I? The attempts per game is even easier. Okay, we're going to take the cell that has the total number of attempts and divide it by the number of games they play. And they all played 16 games. So again, an equal sign. Click on the cell that has the number, in this case F2, or you could type it, divided by 16. And when I hit return, I'll get a number that we should probably bring down to 2 decimals. And you can do that from this little formats button. So if I go to 2 decimals, he attempts 41.19 attempts per game. So I'm going to drag that down, and I've filled that for the rest of them. I guess maybe we should, after further review, think about maybe just showing the nearest whole number on attempts per game. So Why don't we go back up and format that for the nearest whole number? Okay, so I just rounded it. That seems good. Those numbers are pretty interesting, aren't they? 41 passing attempts per game. That's unbelievable. In the old school football, that never went on. So it was a running league back then primarily. Now it's a passing league. Okay, yards per game. Similar to attempts per game, except we're not going to take the attempts and divide by 16. We're going to take the total number of yards and divide it by 16. And again, like before, let's format it for the nearest whole number, and then let's just fill this for everybody, okay? And that, folks, is the spreadsheet. I don't know if you formatted yours like I have, but look at your column headings. Left aligned, left aligned, left aligned. That should make sense to you because they're over items that are left aligned in their cells. Right aligned, right aligned. Oops, this percentage should be right aligned. Attempts per game should be right aligned. Total yards is right aligned, yards per game, all of the rest of these are right aligned. I should include these two. Even though we didn't put these into the spreadsheet yet, that's how it goes. So again, if you don't finish this on Wednesday, you'll be able to carry it over to Thursday because we're going to talk about columns M and N in Thursday's screencast. All right, good job.